Everyone, another edition of the Auto Market YouTube channel. Today we're talking about the Saab-Gripen deal versus an F-35 deal in front of the Avro era flying in 1958. As we know, Canada's first and fastest supersonic plane at the time in 1958, which promised a lot of Canadian innovation. Today I'm going to be going over what in my view are the top 4 reasons why choosing the Saab-Gripen offer by the Swedish government is a no-brainer relative to the F-35 prospective deal. Number 1 is jobs. The Saab-Gripen deal promises 10,000 jobs, at least for Canadians. This is the promise of the Swedish government, whereas the F-35 deal doesn't promise any jobs, well, maybe a negligible amount, but substantively no jobs. And we all know Trump seeks to destroy the Canadian economy, so why choose an offer by a country that is seeking to destroy us, to annex us, and at the very least force us into being controlled by them? Why take military planes from such a country relative to a country that is promising 10,000 jobs that Canada needs? So it's the first reason is the jobs that the Saab-Gripen deal would offer relative to no jobs being offered by the Americans under Trump, which just wants an American first agenda, a self-serving agenda that is not in the Canadian interests. Again, this is the flight of the Avro Aero in 1958, the first flight that captured Canadian imagination. So number 1 is jobs. Number 2 is technology. Taking on the F-35, that is not good from a Canadian technology and sovereignty standpoint, because the Americans, U.S. military, would still control the technology, much of the technology on the F-35s. So Canada would not have sovereignty over the planes that it buys. So Canada buying the F-35s is kind of like someone buying a house and it's still in the name of whoever you bought the house from. It's like, why should we buy planes if somebody else is still going to substantively own much of the plane? That makes no sense. From a technology standpoint, we will not have control over the technology in the F-35, whereas the Swedish government is promising us a technology transfer and us to own the technology, and for there to be a cooperative alliance between the Swedish government and Bombardier, so that we can, not only own the technology on the Saab-Gripen, but redevelop it for our own uses, our own purposes. We could bring a lot of Canadian innovation into a completely different and unique Gripen aircraft. And number 3, this leads to number 3, innovation. The way the Avro Aero became the fastest jet, the way we as Canadians were able to develop the fastest jet in the world is because of a similar alliance between AVRO, based in United Kingdom, and the Canadian Air Force and various other government and industrial partners. So the Saab-Gripen deal is reminiscent of the Avro arrangement that we had, where we were able to perfect a British base and develop a unique Canadian plane. So through a deal with the Swedish government, similarly, we can not only build a unique plane, build not Canadian jobs, but build on that all sorts of infrastructure and know-how and attract talent from around the world on this new Gripen aircraft that's built under Canadian control. We may yet be able to develop a plane better than the F-35. Imagine a plane better than the F-35. That's what we can do. That is, the Canadians have done it before. why can't we do it again? We can develop a plane better than the F-35. So number one, jobs. Number two, Canadians would control the technology. Number three, Canadians being able to control the technology on the Saab-Gripen gives us an opportunity of developing a plane far superior than the F-35s, far superior to what the Americans are offering us. Number four is the roots of Saab-Gripen being an automobile manufacturing company. Now, the Saab went defunct in 2011. Many people don't know that, but they have the know-how and the skill to develop cars. We could use that alliance with Saab-Gripen to develop a Canadian independent automobile capacity so that we can free ourselves and become independent from United States, from Trump threatening Canada and threatening to take our auto manufacturing jobs into the United States. So this Saab-Gripen deal offers an opportunity for Canada to go beyond simply the aircraft's element into building an independent Canadian automobile company. Based upon Saab-Gripen's know-how in building such a company, we can build a company that will be able to form the basis of us developing a capacity to bring Canadian jobs already working on General Motors and other type of so-called North American cars into a independent Canadian infrastructure. Sweden was able to develop the Saab and evolve from just a base of 10 million people. There's no reason why Canada with 40 million people cannot develop our own automobile capacity and become independent from Trump threatening Canadian jobs and threatening to move them south of the border. We won't have that problem if we build our own cars north of the border based upon a Saab-Gripen arrangement. Again, we are looking at the first flight of the masterpiece of the Avro Aero. We can rekindle the spirit of the Avro Aero if we grab onto the Saab-Gripen deal. We can rekindle that spirit and build the number one best aircraft in the world that far surpasses the F-35. That is the challenge that we can reach up to if the current government has the imagination, has the fortitude to go to completely not go for this F-35 deal and go for a Canadian deal with Saab-Gripen. Thank you very much for watching that edition, and remember to like and subscribe.